Alright, cut the shit, dude. I am so pissed right now. I am so pissed right now. I am so upset. Idubbbz just uploaded Content Deputy. I didn't think he was gonna make one. It's like the follow-up to his Content Cops. I didn't think he was gonna make one. And I am so far into my video, my next video, and I'm gonna crash out. So we're just gonna react to it live. I don't want to add more shit. I won't even go into it. Let's just go. Do it, dude. I'm so done. Oh, no intro. Did you ruin your uniform?
Well,
oh, this sucks. He's not even gonna do the funny intro. That's the whole thing.
welcome back to another episode of Content Deputy. Now, normally in a Content Deputy, I would dance around in my cop-out in the woods, but this video isn't going to have any of that fanfare.
Bullshit.
I'm going to get straight into it.
You fucking do it.
If I made a video about Ethan, he would act like an adult, and he would keep the attacks...
Says fucking you!
...directed at me and Anissa. Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that, because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anissa and I, he started attacking our charity event.
Oh, the event that lost $250,000 for charity. The non-event. Oh, he's bringing... Okay, by the way, chat, yesterday, Ethan debated Hassan. And Ethan was on go mode, dude. Oh, by the way, petty dislike. Ethan was on go mode. Dude, he absolutely killed Hassan in this debate. Anyways, yeah. You made a petty hour-long video, and the only empathy spawned out of the apology reaction guy not changing his grade, Ian. That's why. Look at me. That's why.
I don't know if you know this, but the last year they lost $250,000.
True!
To be charitable, you actually have to give money to charity.
True! Ethan is cooking. He's spitting facts.
You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
Ethan and Hila are well aware.
Right? Right, Mintlet?
That we raised $1.3 million for charity.
The first time. Not the second time. And don't get me started on all the galas and oh boy, I have so much to say. Just wait till my next video, chat.
Charity, the first year of Creator Clash. The second year we operated at a loss, and I take
operated at a loss.
Full responsibility for that.
And this year, what are you doing? You did the same stadium that made you lose money. You're still doing the galas. You're still doing the parties that made you lose money. You got a bunch of fighters that nobody cares about. 2 of them have dropped out now. Third might.
We did band together. The community and the fighters involved ended up raising $175,000 for charity. It's been really disheartening to see how often Ethan will attack Creator Clash through us or attack us through Creator Clash.
No, Creator Clash 3 shouldn't be happening unless you learn from the mistakes of last time, which you haven't. Your content cop on H3 was a direct hit to your charity event because it opened you up to so much criticism because you decided to go back on everything you apologized for. You have nothing to be whining about right now.
Ian and Anissa, masters of putting on an event.
He's reposting random troll accounts. Very easy to vet. If you click on this profile, it has a bunch of Sam Hyde posts, and it just hates Anissa and I. Come on, dude. You're one step away from calling me a cuck. Just
you are.
Take the plunge. He's highlighting this post that equates Creator Clash to a crypto rug pull.
Now, I'm not gonna say anything, but I mean.
He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon?
You said that Creator Clash, on his podcast, you said Creator Clash is event first, charity second. The charitable, they hope to have always a charitable aspect. You tried to remove the charity from the event during that interview because you were afraid that you weren't going to make any money for charity and you wanted to pay the fighters off first. So shut up.
Wait for them to blame us for their failed event.
Nicholas Diorio mentioned.
Don't worry, Hila. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for
Oh, so you just low-key blamed them, idiot.
anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it. Now with this revelation...
Are you trying to get your fans to blame them, dude? Oh my god, dude, this is so bad. We are 2 minutes in. We are 2 minutes in. We are 2 minutes in. This is so bad. This is so bad. Ian, you silly little tingle.
People are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anissa and I. Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous 2 events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis. The event is still happening.
Well, okay, no, it's not. I don't think it is. So, what does that even mean? Like, I don't think that means anything, though. No, don't celebrate yet, chat. They're giving it to the business partners that ran the event last time. That means nothing. That just means they're not the head anymore. It's still going to be a shit event. They're still going to be behind the scenes working on it. I don't know if this is the win.
Anissa and I just don't have any financial ties. We don't have any ownership.
Okay.
We are, you know, I think just going to be known as the founders of the event. Yeah, I mean, I think it had to come to this eventually. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't. I can. I just didn't want to. I want to.
Yes, you do. Oh, you're gonna be Frank? No, you're never gonna be Frank. Hey, what up, dudes? Your boy, Frank.
I was very quiet during the second Creator
What do you mean there are 7 people here?
Clash because I was afraid of how that would impact other people. This year I said I'm going to do something different. I'm going to fight back if someone's trying to attack me. So that's what I did.
Now, fighters aren't coming back. Harley Morenstein isn't coming back.
And now I've realized, like, I can't
Lena is
really
not coming
have
back.
my cake and eat it too. It's either you're going to talk shit like a foul beast on the internet, or you're going to have a charity event. You know, it really can't be both. I'm very proud of the event that we made with Creator Clash. It's still happening, June 28th. I'm just not going to be involved in it.
You already are. You already involved yourself in this one. Your name is already tied to it.
Please, for the love of God, support this event. You know, I feel like in some ways I'm like cutting off an arm so that I could escape the bear trap, and so I can fight.
Okay.
Well, that's a bad analogy.
Chat, can I put this on a higher speed? Please. I want to get back to editing. Can I put this on a higher speed? He's literally begging. He's definitely getting a cut of something.
You guys get it. We've already told all the fighters, and it seems like most people understand that this is the best move. If the previous content cop was entertaining to you, or this video is entertaining, or you like the message, the best thing that you can do for me is to support Creator Clash.
Bro. We're putting it on 1.5 actually. I put it at 1.25. We're putting it at 1.5. Dude, welcome to the war zone. Chat! Quite literally. He's got to have some sort of tie. He's got to have some sort of tie to the event if he's promoting it this hard. Or maybe he just doesn't want to be seen as a failure.
Buy a ticket, buy a pay-per-view ticket, an in-person ticket, or a donate.
Ain't nobody buying that shit, buddy.
To the fundraiser. I just want to see this event do well. You know, I didn't try this shit because I thought I was going to be a good boxer. I didn't think I would be an awesome event organizer. And you know.
No, you tried it to get back at Rice Gum. That's why you did it. This is over a petty content cop beef from 7 years ago, Ian, and you know that.
Now I'm finally back to where I started, which is making fucking content cop videos. I don't want to make this too ham-fisted, but I kind of do want to make it ham-fisted, because I'm like, I spent my last fucking 4 years working on this stupid boxing shit. I mean, it was worth it, absolutely, but like, it's crazy that I've just returned to content cop. Having said all that, Creator Clash ticket link down in the description. Go check it out, buy tickets, support—
Chat, in the words of Nicholas Diorio, and I say this in my next video, if you want to help charity, donate directly to charity. Don't buy this shit. If you want to waste your money, however, donate to me.
Support the charity, support the fighters, and have a good-ass time. I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing, because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long, and other
Yeah, sleeping in bed with Anissa must feel... Okay,
Or
sorry!
boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fellas.
You underestimate my strength! I've got coach's strength!
Yes! I agree, actually! Low-key, I actually agree with that. I actually do agree with that. Go back to making these videos, Ian.
I'm in Yahweh!
Oh, yo, he kind of clocked you.
I think the worst criticisms I labeled at Ethan is that he's a bad boss, a tyrant of a boss. I just implied that he was being taken advantage of by people either in his community or outside of his community, and I called him a bitch-made coward. That was
All things you are. You're a bad boss, you mismanaged funds for a charity event and ended up miraculously losing to... You know what's crazy about deficits? Is you can usually see them coming, okay? When you're doing things early on, instead of promoting his event, he just stood idly by, okay? And he let $250,000 not go to charity. You're a bad boss. I don't know about this whole tyrant thing. I don't think either of you guys are tyrants, personally. Although, you did put your fighters in a really shitty position by flashing that swastika sword last video and putting one of your fighters, who's an employee of Ethan, in this situation who had to drop out. You don't have a harassment filter either. Your last video proves that. And you are most certainly a bitch-made coward, Ian. You have nothing to grandstand on.
It's like the summary of personal insults labeled at Ethan. Before Ethan even knew what my video was about, he was already framing me as anti-Semitic.
But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby
Oh, you guys, this video is gonna age so poorly when I drop my next video.
killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys.
Yeah, and here's another thing. Ian, you just don't understand irony. Ian, you just don't understand irony. He's joking. You ever heard of a joke? You used to tell a lot of them.
Guys, let's get after it. Israelis have no right to defend themselves, actually. All Israelis are settlers, actually. What is he going to give me a history lesson now? Is he a historian? Yeah, he just discovered empathy.
He kind of tried to
be. It extends it to the point where you're actually talking about Jewish people, Israelis, then empathy stops and they should all be murdered. Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh.
No, honestly, I'm just gonna... If I add this to the video, I'm just gonna add this stream to the video because... Unless I find like a really good point to make, then I'll cut it in.
Running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. There's a Jewish. They want all you guys to quit. And
Ethan is funny, Ian. You don't This is funny. You are not funny anymore.
Alone, little Jew boy, alone.
Like Ethan, under a year ago, was saying he doesn't.
Show it in my Discord, Pierre.
He's not a guy to call anything and everything anti-Semitic.
You know, my whole life I've never screamed foul on anti-Semitism. I literally have been getting this shit since the second I stepped foot on the internet, and I have never fucking ever done this. Okay, I've done this once in my life right now. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys. Right?
He's joking, dude. You have lost any sense of irony, bro.
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I mean, I get that he's scared and offended, but this was the whole fucking point of my video, Ethan. I was saying that you shouldn't be doing this. It led to me making this video in the first place.
You are a dirty sponge, Ian.
You were triggered by the CPS harassment thing.
It's time to throw you away. You're starting to be stinky. You can't clean my plates anymore. You're a dirty sponge.
And then you immediately equated Anissa and I to it. That was sloppy, and that was horrendous, and it was horrendous for us. And now you're doing it again.
I'm gonna watch it live.
Should you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. But like, why?
I just don't think. I feel like you're gonna get really emotional and say.
No, we'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. That's my philosophy. Shout out to you, Ethan, for doing it live. We'll do it live.
Joe Biden, wake up.
You regret.
Well, I got the button.
Like I know you don't have a problem taking it head on, but I just feel
Of course not, because I know that
you're
whenever...
understandably upset. And I feel like it might be a little.
Do we wait to talk about it, or you want to talk about it?
You should do it off stream.
I'm not gonna say Ian's on drugs.
Because I don't know, this escalated initially because we were live.
I don't
and
want
you
to
guys were
stoop
heated
to
about,
Anissa's
I forget
level.
What it was.
I just think it might be wise to watch it, think out your thoughts, and respond in a calm way. Because there's no chance that you don't get heated.
I don't need to fucking pre-watch this. I don't need someone else to hold my hand through it. Like, I'm ready to take on anything that these people have to say about me. He's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys. I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys.
You attacked us, so I attacked back, and now you're acting surprised and shocked, and you're
No, what? Oh my God! You're
doing it
just
all on your
you're so you're so malicious, Ian. You're so malicious. That is such a poor mischaracterization of the situation. Oh, Nick Diorio is watching too.
podcast live, so naturally
Don't go to Nick's stream. I love Nick Diorio, but don't go to his stream. Watch me. Watch his VOD. Watch me live, okay?
you reacting live is you having an emotional reaction and seeing things that honestly are scary.
Okay, chat. You know what? We're gonna do this live, actually. Hold on. He wants to talk about, oh, his podcast is an emotional jumping ground. Let's look at Ian's first podcast on his new podcast. We're gonna do this live. We're gonna do a little bit of live content criticism. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Fuck. I don't know why people believe this See You Next Tuesday either, dude. Dude, speaking of great content, dude, look at this great stream going on right now. What a good stream. Can I like it? I'm gonna like my own content. Oh yeah, let me like it. Let me leave a nice like on there. Anyways, so
That's one of the reasons is it's like, oh, I just need to sometimes dump a little.
oh, podcasts aren't for emotional dumping?
That's one of the reasons is it's like, oh, I just need to sometimes dump a
You hypocrite!
I vented about them not defending me. What the fuck is he like? He's actually losing his shit and I just can't believe it, dude.
Should call him up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Yeah!
Fair weather friends who are so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ian sucks for the same reason.
I agree with
He can say
everything
something-
Ethan is saying.
Spineless. Our POV is like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. You're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What's very insane about this content cop is I was thinking about Ethan's feelings so much in that video.
No, the fuck you weren't!
I thought about the idea of like how I shouldn't be saying the term Zionist or Zionism in that video.
You used it! You still did!
Because I was like, he has explained before that that's personally insulting to him, and he doesn't like that. You know, regardless of how true it is, I was like,
It's not!
to think about Ethan's feelings and not mention this. Fast forward to
Hassan literally said it wasn't last night. Your lapdog literally said... Oh my
reacting to my
gosh.
video. He's just outright calling me a fucking Nazi.
Is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding
True!
a swastika one? I mean, we can free Palestine without being a Nazi. You fucking Nazis. How about that? Well, this is the white savior, Ian, who's just found empathy, unless you're Jewish, of course.
Ethan, people are allowed to shave their head and not be called anti-Semitic. I mean,
But I'm still gonna call you a skinhead. You look like one, especially with those shitty tattoos.
if you're going to critique his podcast or be pissed off that he personally insulted you, even that is enough to be called anti-Semitic. It's fucking crazy. Now, I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword. I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword hilt because Ethan himself basically admitted already multiple times he doesn't think any of us did that intentionally. And he would be right.
Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika in the photo? No,
Yeah.
no. I don't actually think that. The chances that they did on purpose is close to zero, right? So I'm not accusing them.
I picked up a random sword in Hassan's room that was laying around.
I think it was on purpose. Personally, I think it was on a random sword de loca.
That could be the end of the discussion. You don't actually need to debate Hassan about the sword hilt.
He left
the
it up.
decision-making
If
of
it
a
was a mistake,
person
he could have
who
deleted
I'm
it.
not-
But I'm not going to delete the photo because that would be indulging in your weird anti-Semitic fantasies.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi. You fucking Nazis. How about that?
I'm done being nice to Ethan. I gave it a chance. My sincerity and my empathy in that last video was real. I was even...
No, it wasn't! It came up... Okay, I can't wait for my next video to drop. It came up after the fucking psychologist apology tier list guy or apology ratings guy didn't change your rating when your bit didn't work. That's why you added the empathy.
equating to him having crash out moments in the same way that Denims could have crash out moments. I think we're all capable of it, but he was using it in the video to...
I'm having a crash out moment.
To my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments.
yeah.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get
Yeah.
some help. Dude, I'm not making fun of your mental health. Every example you used was me basically saying that other people are trying to affect you. It's understandable that you're going through this right now, Ethan. We all go through this.
To characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need
This
to
is
get
so
some kind
bad.
of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think would ever be possible to do.
Every fucking example you
Truish?
tried to smear me with was me actually pointing to something else that could be affecting you. He even
No, it's concern trolling. It's cry bullying. You're pretending to care while trying to make him look crazy. It's pure manipulation. This is kind of low-key Darvo without like the DV. You know what I mean? This is like manipulation. You're trying to make him feel crazy so you can call him wrong when all of his feelings are completely valid and his reactions to it are completely valid. You are trying to remove yourself from any blame by making him feel crazy. Meanwhile, he's being harassed in real life. CPS getting called to his house. The 2 human real-life skulls being sent to his house. Yeah.
brought up the clip of me saying, if you
I will
help,
later.
we all need help. Everyone on this planet needs help. I don't
Another
care how
huge
you
day
did
for
it.
unemployed people. Yeah. My parole officer. Sort of hit the second tower. This is the last content cup I've taken 2 showers. This isn't what content cups are. It's horrible. True.
You can wander into the jungle and go on an ayahuasca trip. I don't care how you get your help or what you define as help, but if it helps you, that would be good. Because right now it doesn't seem like you're getting much help. The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan,
I think Ethan is in one of the best places he's ever been in, probably. I have never seen Ethan more confident. I have never seen Ethan more entertaining. I have never seen Ethan stand on business the way he did last night. On the debate, yeah, exactly. SAS 1452, I totally agree. He was standing on, he was cooking so hard last night. I have never seen Ethan so confident, having himself so put together. He controlled like his tics and shit. He absolutely destroyed Hassan in a way I've never seen. Hassan should be ashamed of himself for calling himself a political debater or whatever. He absolutely destroyed him. I've never seen Ethan in a better state than he has been in his entire career on YouTube. And I used to be a massive H3 fan. I stopped being a fan a couple years ago, and then he kind of, I slowly started to come back over the recent years.
in the CPS call.
There's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services.
True.
Not one time.
There was not even one mention of CPS.
And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that CPS came to us.
So like
Yep.
a lot of
Without even explaining that at least that's the context.
All of these are everything Ethan is saying is 100% true. I wonder why you wouldn't say it too. Actually, I want to hear this. Hold on.
So like
without,
a lot of
without even explaining that at least that's the context, it's pretty cowardly.
I wonder why I wouldn't mention the CPS call. Could it be that the CPS call happened the same day that you were shit-talking me, and I didn't have any chance to defend myself? You just immediately, in the same podcast, right next to each other, said, CPS call was very traumatic. And then you said, fuck Ian and Anissa. And you linked those together, you kind of layered those flavors, and then Anissa and I got a bunch of harassment. We had nothing to do with the CPS call. What are all these fucking comments on your Reddit saying, like,
I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why they were pissed. Because you were still openly friends with Denims. They were calling you out for your friendships with these people and your endorsement of these people who were saying the crazy shit that caused CPS to get called. Before it happened, you guys could have easily listened to your friend who saw some shit coming that was going in a bad direction, but no, you ignored him because you're a piece of shit.
it happened because of the CPS call. I don't entirely blame your audience for getting confused because number one, it's a fucking cult, and number two, you can't even get the timeline.
A cult? Oh my god, he's doing the DGG Destiny MAGA route. He's saying, oh, all DGGers a cult, all H3 fan is a cult, all MAGA is cult. This is just crazy, dude. Yeah, Hassan's got a cult. Okay, everyone's a cult. Every fandom is a cult, chat.
Straight. So if anyone's watching
anything I don't like is a cult.
Your dumbass, their brain is also going to get scrambled.
Be friends as long as they're getting something out of it. So again, he's not showing the context. What was the okay, I'll play this part. Did you guys ever find the context of what I was talking about here? Because I feel like I wasn't even talking about it.
He's searching for the context. Is that a problem?
I could be wrong.
The kingdom is
I
a
just
cult,
don't remember
true.
ever saying, like,
You have to shave your head bald and wield a swastika sword to join my kingdom.
like if I did say that,
I thought you were talking about them. About
That's the
Anissa and
initiation.
Ian in that clip.
That's the same clip of
It's all
when
part of the same
CPS was
clip.
called.
Yeah.
Same clip.
It's part of the same
Oh, don't do this when Denims takes 20 minutes to figure out her talking point. Okay? Ian's pretty fucking quick with it, alright?
conversation.
You completely wiped your brain of what happened during the CPS stream. That's not my fucking
Probably because it was a traumatic event,
fault.
but I
That's
don't think
no
he
one else's
did.
fault but yours.
All I wanted for you to do was say the bare minimum of
Go
hey,
ahead, tell me
this
some
is
jokes.
fucked up. This is not true about CPS, whatever. Like the bare minimum. It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the
True.
way, they're the ones that started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called.
No, but beforehand they were tweeting out shit on Twitter, and Anissa was on these Reddit posts saying shit, and Anissa was in Frogan's chat. They did initiate the pussy shit. All right, a T1000 killed him and impersonating him. thinking he was an actual officer. That's really funny that you say that. Wotan, I think you're gonna enjoy my next video.
Called them out.
This is what I was talking about. You cannot have something terrible happen, be like, yes, let's make some content, and then shit talk your friends of 8 years.
I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do with myself, which is why I'm crying. On the other hand, I don't know if that's a good state to be in life.
That's that Elon kind of spitting.
And a lot of the clips he uses is of.
Oh, are you attacking the crew now? I thought the crew were the victims last time. Ian, what happened?
Fired up from the day that CPS
yes.
came to us.
For anyone confused about the timeline, Ethan was talking shit about us on his Instagram.
Okay, no, let me qualify this. No, okay, so before this, during this time, Anissa in Frogan's chat, actually, it predates this. Anissa in Frogan's chat, saying, "Oh, he'll realize what he's saying isn't the best in a couple of days." Then fast forward, Ethan and Anissa is interacting with Froggy Tonic publicly while these disgusting tweets are happening. During this time, he tries to get Idubbbz. That's true.
Ethan was talking shit about us.
He tries to get Ian to denounce. Ian refuses. Denims, longtime friend of, Denims, a friend of Ian, goes on stream and claims that Ethan's kids are eating shit and contracting diseases. Then the call to CPS happens, and then Ethan gets rightfully pissed off that at this stage, Ian didn't defend his best friend of nearly 9 years.
On his Instagram, before any CPS shit, he was also talking shit about us on his podcast before any CPS visit. On March 7th, CPS visits Ethan and Hila, and that same day, they decide, let's do our podcast, and let's have the topic be the CPS visit and how distraught we are about that. And then right next to that, right after it, you guys talk about me and Anissa. But you don't just talk about us. You shit talk us, and you imply that we're friends with people who are doing
It's getting likes because it got 7 million subscribers, and it just got uploaded.
this, who are the ones who are harassing you.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Random anonymous
Did I say that?
Yeah, he did. Okay, I remember watching this live on stream. This was one of the few Ethan didn't really hit the mark. At the same time, you can apply this as clickbait at the same time because Snark was partially responsible, Bad Empanada's partially responsible, and Denims is partially responsible.
Wait, what's the...
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing me.
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So I don't know.
This thing actually made a good point that Ian reasonably didn't want Froggy Fresh being buddy-buddy with Sam Hyde, but can't understand why Ethan's mad they didn't condemn the CPS call. Exactly.
To be honest,
I don't like Destiny, though. Fuck that guy.
I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Hila's defense because when you look into the story, it actually looks a lot shittier for
Bad
Ethan
Emma
and Hila.
Panda.
And I do mean that literally. There was this H3 stream where Ethan was dumping as per usual. He was talking about his own health. He was talking about his cock up.
He's gonna justify the CPS call. Chat, everyone get ready for the war zone. Thank you, Yoko Ono. That's actually Ian's wife who says that. Everyone get ready. Okay? Get ready. He's about to fucking defend the CPS call. Get ready for everyone wake up.
Joe Biden, wake up.
Wake up!
His dog having diarrhea, his dog having giardia.
Olive has giardia. It's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
His child running around putting things in their mouth.
It's common for dogs to get giardia when they're puppies.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
Now the kid has diarrhea at a coincidental time. Turns out kid didn't have giardia. They thought he might have. So that's why they're talking about it on stream.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's very common for kids with a weak immune system to get sick. It's extremely common. And I know you're childless. I'm at least an uncle, okay? I know that from babysitting my nephews, okay? I knew that at 15. All right, this isn't some big brain shit.
The whole family possibly having giardia.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
Shut. For real?
None of them actually contracted giardia. Want to make that clear.
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
What can I
They
do
just
to
had
not-
diarrhea.
Because I'm not trying to get
No, it's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop.
Talking about the viscosity of his child's shit.
And
Yeah.
all the meanwhile, he's covered in low viscosity diarrhea.
He mentioned diarrhea a lot.
Crazy diarrheas like in the middle of the night.
People get diarrhea. You get some Pepto. It's over. They just thought because the dog had Giardia, they might have got something. That's a reasonable conclusion to make. For example, at one point, I got COVID. A few days later, my mom's feeling sick. We assumed she had COVID. A few days later, it turns out she didn't. Okay? But we assumed she had COVID. She took days off. Okay? It was a reasonable assumption. She was having the symptoms.
All the time he's having these crazy diarrheas. You wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas.
Exactly, Wotan Stag. Ethan's saying he's trying to clean the kids' mess up so that they're not going to contract the disease.
Diarrheas, and then extremely foul-smelling diarrheas.
So, of course,
Denims.
he made so many enemies over the years, other people react to his content. And when
The reason... Oh, my God. The reason Denims became an enemy of Ethan was nothing to do with Ethan. It was all to do with just her. Because she's so... Hassan's cock is so far up her anal cavity that she felt the need to decide to dislike Ethan. She decided to throw the strays, okay?
when other people see that he's talking about his children getting Giardia from dog poop.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
People are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of the...
It's called a joke. The chat is joking. My chat makes jokes at my expense all the fucking time, and it's funny. Okay, sometimes the jokes are a little hurtful, but guess what? You keep fucking going. It's whatever. It's a joke at the end of the day. What are you gonna do? Cry about it? You're on fucking stream. It doesn't matter. Up to God, the newest Sam's desiccation cases. Oh, I can't wait, dude. Wotan, again, you're gonna love my next video. I think you're gonna really love my next video. All of you chat, turn on post notifications, because within a couple days, I'm going to drop an atomic bomb on this YouTube channel, okay? Ethan's talking about it because fun. Poop is funny, dude. Shit, fart, diarrhea. Okay, that's funny. Wake up!
Joe Biden, wake up.
Lord.
Oh, you nasty ass bastard!
The point is, chat, that Denims decided to hate Ethan Klein. As far as I'm aware, Ethan never threw shots at Denims first.
This stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having Giardia, him and his whole family having Giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now what Ethan does, instead of taking any responsibility...
It's a joke! The chat is joking!
...for sharing too much on his live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CPS call because her chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
In front of tens of thousands of people,
is on her platform right now advocating for our...
And by the way, notice how he doesn't say the name. Bad Empanada. He doesn't mention him. He's avoiding mentioning him. It's like a fucking Voldemort. He doesn't want to say Bad Empanada.
Our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services.
Denims, make sure your titties are showing for that stream. It's very important so you get those tens of thousands of people to watch this shit.
The problem with the CPS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit.
What, he's pro-Sioux state? That's still genocide? Yeah, exactly, dude. Hassan's opinion compared to Ethan's is like a few steps removed. Honestly, Ethan is very pro-Palestinian, and it's very obvious. And I mostly agree with what he says, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to go into it in detail. This isn't fucking the History Channel, okay? But it's insane how a few little differences in opinion causes all this shit, because that's really what it is.
So when he calls on me to defend him, what the fuck am I meant to do?
It's the fact that he doesn't believe in pro-terrorism. Anyway.
I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you, because in your video defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like...
What? He compiled the chat just like you did! You did the same fucking thing 5 seconds ago, Ian! Are you retarded? Dude, he's actually retarded. Yo, is this person fucking retarded? Yes! Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, that's getting added to the video. That's getting added to the video. Yes, Ethan has always historically criticized Israel. Oh my god, this is so bad. Ian, guess what you just did here? You put all these different things from all these different sources, dude. Dude, it's everywhere. They're all around me, all the sources. You put them there.
To call CPS, the CPS.
And guess what? All he did was compile a chat and show it on fucking screen. All he did was do that. He's compiling everything, and with a span of 90 seconds, it's all of this. And guess what? What happens the next day? CPS gets fucking called. You think this has nothing to do with it? Are you that dense? Are you that fucking dense, Ian? Holy shit! This is so bad! He needs, dude, he's committing content violations, dude.
Because in your video defending yourself, you use a video that takes context from like 3 different places.
Chad, I need a chestnuts break. Chestnuts, rubbly By the way, Hassan, that's how you step away instead of continuing to watch and continuing to play video while you step away for a quick second. Let me get my water. That's why I stood up in the first place. I'm retarded. Sorry, I needed a quick little chestnuts break.
And combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
Love
no, he's not.
Made a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat.
He misspoke. He corrected it the next day. Okay? He corrected it in his big H3 Productions video.
It's been edited.
What about the top right? I thought these were
No, it's this, I think when you full screen it. No, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat.
Okay, so he corrected it. Never mind. He corrected it in the same stream. I misspoke just now. He corrected it in the same exact fucking stream.
It's just enlarged over the screen, yeah.
They're different, I think.
Yeah.
It's not timed the same way.
But it sounds like based on this clip.
Chat, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Some of you might know what I'm about to do. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Like, if I change my content over time, that people would see that as a that I gave. I mean, it wasn't a speech. It was a phrase. I was like,
you know, I know I'm not everyone's cup. But I really do appreciate the support.
Yo, I need a fucking button. I need a button.
You knew that it was bullshit, and you just went with it anyway. Ethan Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of Denims' chat. But that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over.
No, he corrected it himself. You just played it. He corrected himself. Oh yeah, it's cut together. That's exactly what he fucking said. I'm gonna crash out. I already am.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses,
Reading the chat,
it's very, very, very dangerous.
Now pay attention to her chat.
Have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra.
No, they're trying. Okay, sure, he could put the camera up there, but that's gonna cover it by the time the chats get up there. So he's just covering what the irrelevant information. The compilation of the chat and Denims' facial reaction is more important than the stupid live chat.
Extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit, and he has kids, and his kids are like,
why did it
that was a production move because he knows how to run a podcast. Unlike you, okay? Unlike you, who can barely crack a few thousand views. Dude, my channel is more successful than your fucking shitty podcast. What do your gaming videos get, dude?
have to be anyone else's fault but your own. Take some fucking responsibility. It's just so bizarre that Ethan would expect Anise and I to make a statement when Denims herself already made a statement about it and said that she does.
No! Hold on. Before he says this was after the content cut, buddy. Mr. Timeline. Your timeline's all out of fucking whack.
not condone calling CPS.
ILs, no Idubbbz here. This is ILs.
So we're talking about CPS. 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying,
Okay, never mind. This was before.
yes, we should
Okay,
do
never
this,
mind.
because it doesn't exist. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids.
Part of my criticisms of
Yeah, he actually has.
Ethan initially was the openness. I think it's a problem that you were that open, Ethan.
Well, you know I'm very open about everything. It's part of how I wanted to conduct.
Do I need to play it again? Do I need to play it again?
That's one of the reasons is it's like, oh, I just need to sometimes dump a little.
I think you're a little too open, Ian. I think you're a little too open.
Myself and how I wanted to relate to the audience is to be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
It is not strictly a benefit to be as open as possible on your
A little bit. One of the reasons is it's like, oh, I just need to sometimes dump a
This wasn't that long ago, man.
podcast.
Ethan was just sharing his thoughts. What
You're
we were
so-
thinking, we were speculating.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
We were speculating.
And now Ela has giardia.
Shut.
Be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life. Really?
Even if they all did the Bill Burr thing again? What is this, 2017? Holy shit. Anyways. By the way, even if they all did get giardia, who gives a shit? Does that make him a bad parent? Because his kids got sick?
How many siblings do you have?
I don't know, dude. The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
Yeah, by all means,
compromise
keep
your
talking
privacy.
about it.
Okay, yeah, the boomer take. The internet's too big. Shut up.
Ethan characterizing me and my wife as anti-Semitic, he also takes a dig at my tattoos.
Bro, you
Dude, you good. Yes!
You literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese.
By the way, he did, and I condemn Ethan Klein for apologizing, because he did apologize for this specific comment. I think he should have stood on business.
It looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
I have quite a few options here. I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution.
What? That's his wife. That's so fucked. He is now the right to make fun of your wife. I hope you know that. And believe me, buddy, there's a lot of subject matter.
Subreddit, which is
You're giving him so much ammunition.
not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with because that means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a failure in every other aspect, particularly the decision-making aspect.
Why? It's his fucking wife. They'd been married for a decade at that point. Oh, man. Oh, man. The wife jokes are gonna go crazy now. Ian, you just walk into this shit, dude. You kind of just walk into this. Okay? You walk into this. You do this to yourself. You guys do this to yourself constantly.
What?
Do I even need to? Should I? Do I even need to? Let's take a look.
Thank you for.
This is all I'm not even gonna say anything.
If you want to go tattoo for tattoo, Ethan, we can do that. You want to keep it to other things? We can.
We can go band for band, all right? Look at all the Idubbbz shitty tattoos, all right?
I'll give you that option. Ethan.
Okay. The funny thing is, when I learned that Ethan had tattoos, the few tattoos that he has, I thought they were actually so much better than anything. That was like my first thought. I was like, damn, that's so much better than anything fucking Ian has.
Also talks about the potential CTE that I might have after boxing.
Yes.
Ethan, your whole
Ian had that Noah Samson haircut. Yeah, speaking of Noah Samson, he's got that fucking Amber Alert mustache, okay? He's no allegations against him. Neither does Mike from PA, but they both look, like you would not be surprised if their picture was alongside an Amber Alert, okay?
system is scrambled.
No, your brain is scrambled for getting punched in the face too many times.
True!
Because you don't understand the situation. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some
Dude, is your pituitary gland good, Ian?
at least.
Any amount of CTE that I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
What if we we'll both do 25 at once?
25 each?
Oh my goodness.
Great form, by
What is the what? What is the fucking what's the diss here?
Oh, really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all? Like, you've continually illustrated that you can't keep track of anything.
It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that started this conversation by talking about the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
He can't even keep straight who attacked who first.
By the way, Don't come at Ian for that, because there are so many factors to this situation that they've had to go through. It makes perfect sense when they get the one thing wrong. Of course you're gonna fucking dog on that one thing that they get wrong constantly, okay, that they corrected.
First, he thinks that our podcast where we're expressing sympathy for him and Hila was the impetus for him talking shit about us.
Expressing sympathy, te loca! You said no! You said you did. You said you don't care! You said you don't care about their situation.
I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE. Ethan acts like we're such great friends and that, like, he shared such intimate moments with me, but it's all horseshit. He's lying. Like, the whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience.
What?
We do not have a close relationship.
You guys were buddies for a long time.
He texted me like one time, like, hey, dude, we should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation right now. That's it. So Ian kept trying to get me on the phone. Or
Well, that's counter to what you just said.
text with me. And I told him, dude, honestly, I don't feel like having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Fair, right? I just didn't want to do it. Okay?
Just in that particular moment,
And then
or like at all?
Well, it turns out I didn't want.
I love all these progressives talking about we should shit on Froggy, which we shouldn't. But they're happy to do fat shame Nick DiOrio or Ethan. Yeah. It's true. It's true. We shouldn't attack Grimace like
Talk
that.
to him at all.
Okay.
If the relationship
Beloved mascot of McDonald's, okay? Let's be nice.
you would have talked to me on the phone. You wouldn't have shit-talked me. You would be curious where my brain was at and where I was coming from. There's this moment in the Content Cop where I'm trying to give an example of the cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever.
The savior of the Mets, true.
If you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of okay. What's that to do with me?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
He clearly thought you guys were good friends because he publicly called you out for not coming to his defense. That means he cares about your opinion. Exactly. W chat today, dude. W chat. Boom. So true. And by the way, he has every right. You guys were one of the few collaborators that consistently went on. When you guys needed help for your creator clash, you guys went to Ethan and Hila. Both times. And after the fact. When you needed support through all the controversies, guess who came to your defense? Ethan and Hila. To a fault, might I add. They lost a lot of shit. They lost a lot of good PR by doing that. Some of it was from me, okay? I won't lie. But
Ethan and Hila act like they have no idea what I'm talking about here. So, I mean, maybe they don't. It's a very obvious and easy to digest point. That's why I made it that way. I'm going to explain it here so everyone on the internet...
Here we got more of this cry bully shit, dude. We got more of this cry bully fucking patronization going on.
...understands. When you have a podcast where you are constantly...
Even when they're side of Froggy Fresh, when people called him a cuck. Yep, true. Although I don't know if they're still on their side with Froggy Fresh anymore. Honestly, I thought that situation was really fucking dumb because looking at it from Froggy's perspective, Harley literally trained with Sam Hyde the last year. Like, I get it, okay? I don't think Harley should have been kicked. Or I don't think Froggy should have been kicked.
Emotionally dumping and saying things just off the top of your head, and you're attacking other people randomly. Maybe from your perspective, it's not attacking. Maybe you're just commenting on someone else's situation.
He's got to be one of the
Plus, yeah, Harley defended the fuck out of them too. They can't find it in them. They need everyone to agree with them, but they can't find it in them to just support the one friend that you've consistently had over years. Also, titties are on screen. The retention's going to go up.
In my opinion, he's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And
pedophile. Pirate.
Yes.
Whereas was like weird about it. I was like, look at my old voice, it's so lame. What an obnoxious loser. She goes, I can't believe these people are so obnoxious. And he looks like an idiot who's obsessed with me, dude.
But what happens when other people comment on your situation? It doesn't feel too good, does it?
But he's like, no.
I don't think the Content Cop went really well for you, Ian. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Do I need to pull it up?
What?
I don't know if this went too well for you, buddy. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Although this counter can be pretty inaccurate, let's be real.
Actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the video is.
That is the back and forth I'm describing. You might have thought we were just saying that Ian and Anissa are bad friends.
By the way, everything that he just brought up, that whole compilation was Ethan joking. Okay? Listen, Ian, you've made a lot of jokes at other people's expenses over the years. I don't think you have any room to talk about this.
Well, guess what? We didn't take it that way.
Our POV is like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. You're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will be.
Can we just get this done?
They just implied that we were okay.
I gotta get back to
CPS
editing.
Harassment, and now all their fans are brigading us. So I am going to respond in kind and make a Content Cop. So yes, that is what the cycle of harassment looks like.
Okay, what's that to do with me?
I don't know.
How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
You might.
Where's the funny at? Where's the funny of this video at? These videos were funny. These videos used to be funny.
Think that all the harassment you're getting
Yeah, I don't think you remember how to do a content copy. And
everything to do with your politics and your idea of Israel-Palestine, but a lot of my gripes were centered around you dragging me into your shit. You know, you knew that you were going through a lot, and you were saying, I'm hurting, I'm now going to make them hurt because they're not putting their head on the chopping block. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. I'm sure there's anti-Semitic people that are attacking you guys, but they're not me, they're not Anissa, it's not Hassan, it's not all these other Christians.
oh, it's Hassan. Hassan is anti-Semitic. I believe that. I do believe Hassan is anti-Semitic. We saw the content nuke, dude.
That you're attacking. You're not the biggest victim on the internet, Ethan. Other people.
I mean, you did lose 20,000 subscribers after you released this video, Ian.
People can experience a horrible fucking time. And guess what?
Just
You're not
saying.
getting this other benefit, which is 26,000 viewers. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of content, a lot of things that you care about.
Oh, man.
From these beefs and from this harassment. There are a lot of people that you've just bullied and they have nothing to gain out of it. Frogan isn't making a bag from this. She's not getting content out of this.
Oh, yes, she is! Oh, my fucking God! She has never experienced any more attention in her life. Okay, she's been astroturfed to any pedestal that she's ever been given. Like the Streamer Awards, no one knew who the fuck that was. It's astroturfed, okay? And now you guys have made her relevant, and fucking shame on you for putting the small creator who you know is so vulnerable to hate and harassment because she's a very unlikable person, for putting her in this situation where now she probably is getting endless hate and harassment.
You're attacking her in relentless ways and endorsing so
Hello,
much worse
distinguishable
harassment than what you
username.
sent her way.
The shit he said and posted about Frogan over the past
nasty,
years is
very
like
mean.
insanely nasty shit.
Yeah.
Worse than anyone I've seen, if this is true.
Oh, he's anti-West and anti-Semitic.
Absolutely mind-blowing, insane shit.
Hold on, it's not worse than anything.
That debate last night told me everything I needed to know about Hassan. He's definitely anti-Semitic.
You've seen. How could it be worse than anything you've seen?
Literally, no. I guess
He was
not.
very nasty. Well, I'm just saying, people like fucking want to like lay down and fucking like.
I'm talking about specifically against Frogan.
But like he called her fat, right, and ugly, which is horrifically mean. I get called a fucking baby killer.
I was talking specifically about
that's way
Frogan.
worse than being called fat and ugly, in my opinion.
It's true. It's true. Everything he just said was true.
Also, on top of Ethan and Neela constantly victimizing themselves, I did notice that as soon as we didn't immediately jump...
You victimize yourself constantly!
Ethan and Neela's defense, Ethan took that to heart and he started to make that his employees' problems. Instead of just, sucking it up and taking on himself, he decided to imply that Lena is going to have a problem with that.
A lot.
Buddy. Because she is. And she did. Which is why she dropped out of the event 2 days before this video.
A lot of this has ramifications for the crew. The way that they have it set up is basically, if Lena were to drop out, she would lose, she would have to pay back $25,000 or something insane. And besides that, which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out, she's working really hard. And just because I'm having an issue with what's going on here.
Just so everyone in the chat knows, the reason Ethan is sniffing so much is that he has Tourette's, and those tics can be inflamed by stress.
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit before the content copy even came out.
Which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
That's just leaving the door open for someone who's being put in a really shitty situation by you, Ian, not him.
But now you were saying that you didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video calling me a psychopath for harassing his friend.
Obviously, Ethan and Neela will victimize themselves every chance they get. But when they have the chance to
That was a
victimize
shitty
someone
point.
else who's on their crew, they'll also do that.
You already forced Lena into this horrible situation.
That was such a weird time to promote the fight. They put this promotional tweet out days after the content cop. Lena is a worker for the H3 podcast. Okay? You put this tweet out days after the content cop. What an awful time to promote this.
And again, you forced this situation on her.
Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much agency as I do. You didn't have to badmouth me on your podcast. That was a choice that you made.
You just don't understand responsibility and accountability. Maybe it's a side effect of that little empathy meter, okay?
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Yeah.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
Oh, the organizers of this event are not jumping to my defense.
I don't think he understands that meme format, by the way. That meme format is supposed to be outrageous shit, like the funny, outrageous stuff that you're supposed to laugh at in between the little in between the bass boost. None of this is really is funny. And you didn't even use the correct naming.
defense? All right, well, maybe instead of shit talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck yourself.
Maybe you should.
I agree. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her. By the way,
I agree. Ethan's right. Ethan's right. Ethan was preparing for some shit to happen because you were openly stating on your podcast, or implying rather, that you didn't agree with them and that they were saying and that they were doing something bad. Okay?
by the way, Idubbbz, Lena's fucking having a panic attack.
So go fuck.
Yeah, she was having a panic attack in the bathroom seconds after this fucking video dropped. Doesn't that show that she was affected? By the way, W. Ethan for covering the costs. Because he did. He bought her out. Ian refused to buy her out after putting her in this situation.
Agree.
But you're just lobbing it to me and Anissa. I'm lobbing it back to you. You're the one who brought it up. If you lob it back to me and you say, well, I didn't have your back publicly. Well, fuck you. I'm going to lob it back and say, you're being irresponsible on your podcast and you're not taking any accountability for the shit you're putting out online. I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot more there, but I'll save that for the future. And in
the future?
So that, you know, there's no ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success this year.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, what? What the fuck did he just say?
About it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success.
And you know what else is massive?
Sorry.
This year, we hope that all the fighters get what they wanted out of it. I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking...
You know why he stepped away? He knows it's a failure. He knows it's going to fail. And this is his way of deflecting blame early. Because it's going to fail. It's already over. Stop defending the Klein's dumbass. If you can give me one single solitary reason that is not a Hassan talking point of why I shouldn't defend the Kleins, go ahead. Instead, or otherwise, you're going to be permanently banned and you can go fuck yourself. So go ahead. I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second. I'll give you some time. Everyone, let's listen to a nice song while they try. What happened? Are you not going to do it? I've given you some time. We're going to wait. Okay, I'm going to continue this. We'll wait for the response, okay?
Nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit. I'll put the link to Creator Clash down in the description if you want to support.
Don't do it. Don't support it. Don't support Creator Clash 3. If you want to donate to charity, donate directly to charity. If you want to waste your money, donate to me.
To get creators to fight and raise money for charity, you can do that down there. I will be doing that on my own, and I hope you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video, not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative, or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there, because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love their dislike button extensions.
Oh!
And I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like-dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my
Show
video,
the real
and
one.
then they tried to create a narrative of like...
Show it! Show it now! You have plenty of time. Show it!
People actually hate this content cop, guys. It's actually so much worse.
All right, I've given you plenty of time. You didn't defend yourself, so you're going to be banned. Okay? Thank you.
Like, bitch, like, people were more upset with, like, my wife being on OnlyFans. You're not gonna convince the internet that fucking Ethan Klein isn't being a piece of shit. Like, sorry, guys. It doesn't matter how many dislike extensions you have.
Show it!
Okay, yeah, fuck you guys too. Okay, fucking Nazis like that.
It's blatantly and
Show it! Show the ratio!
Fucking disingenuous.
He claims it's 80-20, but refuses to show it.
This shit blew my fucking mind. Like, this is fucking insane. And, like, dangerous. He is going out of his way to slander you as a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend.
He didn't show it. What a coward. What a coward. All right, let's refresh. Let's see the ratio. Ooh, that is nasty. That is nasty. Do you think Ian had moral obligation to speak out over some random ass tweets? If not, then Ethan attacking him is unjustified, and the entire drama is Ethan's fault. No, I think once it came to his friends, where they were signal boosting this guy, where they had to go out and say, oh, he doesn't work for us anymore, despite the fact that they were still signal boosting him. Yes, I think he should have, especially given the fact that Ethan, who did they run to when they needed help with Creator Clash? Ethan and Gila. Everyone always had to defend Idubbbz and Anissa during all their shit. But the second their friend of 9 years needs help, oh, the guy doesn't work. Oh, our friend Denims who's doing it? Nah. Yeah, that's fine. We're cool with that. Yeah, he should have been called out, okay? Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is really bad. All right, we got 30 people in this bitch. So I'm dropping a video on this situation and more. A lot. It's going to be a massive video. So turn on those notifications. Thank you guys for watching. I'm ending the stream. This video was dog shit. And I got to get back to editing, so this can be out in a couple of days. It's going to be my biggest video in a very long time. And if you are a fan of old Idubbbz, I think you'll enjoy it. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love y'all. And I'll see you guys in a couple of days via my next video.